Hi, I'm Adam. I've been a fabricator at Incat for 16 years and they've been going for 40. This is their story.
Well, I built a boat at school, that was the start, and that was a long time ago. Then I went fishing, then I went into the ferry boat business, and all of those businesses needed boats, so when I needed a boat, I built a boat. When I was operating the ferry service when the bridge was down, it was obvious that we needed a faster boat if we were going to survive after the bridge was restored. A boat that could do double the services, and the only way we could do that was to build a narrow catamaran with fast turnaround times, fast speed on the water, and run 2 services for 1. Incat have always been innovators. Right from the very beginning, our first boats were different to everybody else's. We sold many catamarans into North Queensland. However, I was there one day on the ships and the ride was not good enough. We started to think about what can you do to make the ride better. Hulls that would go through the waves rather than up and over the waves was the idea. Now, after experimenting with 4 or 5 different styles of bow, etc., we settled on the wave-piercing bow, and that's been a very big success ever since.
Incat's the premier builder of large aluminium high-speed craft, built in Tasmania and servicing customers all over the world. We concentrate on lightweight, high quality, high performance. So we like to think that we've got a jump on the competition around the world because we've had long experience in getting it right.
The quality of building is extremely important. There were a lot of people a few years ago that wondered how long an aluminium ship would last. The reality is that our older ships, that over 30 years old now, are still in service. There's a good and a bad side of that. Our ships don't wear out. We had to come up with bigger and better products all the time. We got from 200 passengers to 400 passenger boats, but there was no market actually for 600 or 700 passenger boats, so we then had to jump up to carrying cars so that we could carry larger numbers. So the car carrying boats were a major breakthrough, and then we truck carrying boats. And of course, if you can carry trucks on the boats, you can also carry military vehicles as well, so sky's the limit. There's almost no limit to the size that these catamarans could be in the future.
There's many other yards around the world that build the smaller, say 35 metre range of vessels, but there aren't too many yards in the world that build vessels above 70, 75 metres. So we like to concentrate on what we're good at and show the world what we can do.
You know you're very safe on an Incat vessel because every piece of product that's used on the vessel has to reach a very high international certification.
We're dealing with really interesting customers, the product is very good, the workforce is very loyal and skilled. It's an exciting place to be.
It's great to work with customers from around the world. I get a real appreciation of the culture and the area that company operates in. From the Japanese, who were very specific on their needs but also wanted to have a fun and lively ship, to the more conservative Europeans.
We think we know what the customers need. However, the customer's always right. We have to be aware of that. And our relations with customers invariably is good. And many of our customers come back for repeat vessels.
Currently, things are going very well, and we've got a full order book. So, and we think that's going to continue for quite a long time.
The staff are a very important part of Incat. The fact that they have an interesting job, they enjoy their work, etc., means that many of them stay for a long time, and many of them 20 and 25 years.
It is not just our personal family, but we feel that we are connected to a much larger family group. I've known a lot of the men on the workshop floor since I was a young girl.
The Incat family is a very important part of the business, including my own family, the children, and potentially the grandchildren are showing an interest in the business as well.
Working with my father is a challenge, but that's all part of the business. I think we work very well together, where we concentrate on the areas that we're good at. We've been doing it a long time and we've got a pretty successful formula.
Working with a family company is always challenging. No 2 days are ever the same. Robert's an amazing character to work for. He's opinionated, forthright, and some would say so are the rest of the family members.
It's a 7-day-a-week job. I technically retired from Hobart a long time ago, but the reality is I'm sometimes in Hobart, I'm sometimes in other parts of the world, and sometimes I'm in an aeroplane, but still work is 7 days a week.
I don't think he's ever really going to retire, but he has allowed in the last few years other family members such as myself to step up and have a more active involvement in the company.
Even though I might be technically retired, I'm sticking around until we see what happens with the younger generation.
I'd like to see my children involved in the company if it's something that's interesting to them. The future for Incat's very positive. I can see the business evolving even further and expanding. We are well accepted within world trade circles in the industry, and the product is well known throughout the world and well respected and admired by the customers, which is the most important thing. So the future is very positive for Incat, and we're here to make sure it happens.
We don't really know how fast we can go. 60 knots is not unusual. It can be done up to 60 knots with a sensible amount of power. If we want to go faster than that, we have to leave the water, and that's another story.
I hope you've enjoyed the story, and I hope you get to ride on one of our boats one day.